Welcome to our video on the H4 status dilemma, where we unpack legal dependence, career gaps, and the pursuit of self-sufficiency for H4 spouses. To begin, we will define what H4 status is and why it matters. Then, we will transition into the realities of career paralysis, explore the H4 EAD policy and timing strategies, and cover critical pitfalls to avoid while maintaining status. Finally, we will share practical planning tips and conclude with a summary and a call to action. Here is our agenda. First, we define H4 status. Next, we cover the harsh career realities many face. Then, we explain the H4 EAD and discuss the importance of timing. After that, we examine how to maintain status and share proactive suggestions. Subsequently, we will visualize these concepts with diagrams and a timeline. Finally, we will include a short quiz, key takeaways, and a summary with next steps. Before we proceed, please note this is educational content only and not legal advice. Immigration rules, processing times, and eligibility criteria change. Therefore, always verify current rules on official government sources and consult a qualified immigration attorney for personalized guidance. With that in mind, let us continue. The H4 visa is granted to the spouse and minor children of an H-1B worker. On the surface, it is meant to keep families together, while the primary H-1B worker is employed in the United States. However, it often comes with significant restrictions that limit employment for the H-4 spouse, shaping the family's career trajectory and daily life. Now that we have the basics, let us examine the career impact. For decades, H-4 spouses, often with advanced degrees and strong professional backgrounds, faced a near-total ban on employment. This resulted in career gaps, sometimes lasting many years, as families navigated long green card queues. These gaps can erode professional identity, reduce earning potential, and create emotional and financial strain. Additionally, the unpredictability of immigration timelines amplifies the difficulty of planning a career. With that context, let us explain the H4 Employment Authorization Document and how it changes the picture for some. Certain H-4 spouses may obtain work authorization through the H-4 EAD once the H-1B spouse reaches an advanced stage in the green card process, usually evidenced by an approved I-140 petition. This is crucial because it allows the H-4 spouse to work lawfully in the United States. To apply, the H-4 spouse typically files Form I-765, often alongside Form I-539 for H-4 extension if applicable. The flowchart visualizes eligibility and filing steps, including handling a potential request for evidence. Next, let us focus on timing strategies that can significantly impact outcomes. Timing is critical. Plan at least 6 months ahead of any expirations or expected milestones. When possible, file the I-765 concurrently with H-1B and H-4 extensions to align adjudications and reduce gaps. Monitor current USCIS processing times, keep all receipt notices, and avoid last-minute filings. Additionally, set reminders for document expirations and biometrics appointments. With timing covered, let us turn to status maintenance pitfalls that can jeopardize eligibility. This timeline illustrates the typical sequence from filing the H-1B extension to filing the H-4 I-539 and I-765 concurrently, followed by biometrics, a potential request for evidence, adjudication, and EAD card production. It also notes that while the H-1B may utilize premium processing, this generally does not extend to I-539 or I-765. Understanding this sequence helps set expectations for when employment can begin. Now, let us map the key status maintenance pitfalls visually. Maintaining status requires vigilance. First, H-4 status is tethered to the H-1B holder. If the H-1B status ends, the H-4 of may automatically become invalid. Second, international travel, while an extension or change of status is pending, can result in denial or abandonment of the application. Always consult legal counsel before traveling under these circumstances. Third, switching to an independent status such as F1 or H-1B demands timely filings. If the change of status is denied, reversion to H-4 can be messy. With pitfalls identified, let us consider actionable strategies for H-4 dependents. Effective preparation is essential. Keep organized records of approvals, receipt notices, I-94s, and travel history for both H-1B and H-4. Understand where the primary H-1B holder stands in the green card process, especially regarding an approved I-140, because that influences EAD eligibility. Use waiting periods to invest in professional development through online courses, certifications, networking, or volunteering. Additionally, keep your resume and online profiles ready so you can start working immediately once the EAD is approved. Next, we will compare staying on H4 with an EAD versus switching to another status. Let us compare two paths. Staying on H4 with an EAD allows work authorization closely tied to the H-1B's green card progress. It is convenient if eligibility exists, but exposes you to processing delays and potential gaps at renewal. Alternatively, switching to F1 or H-1B creates independence from the primary H-1B timeline. However, it introduces new hurdles such as tuition costs, lottery or cap limitations, and sponsorship requirements. Your best choice depends on career goals, financial planning, and risk tolerance. Now let us test your understanding with a quick quiz. Quiz question. While your H4 extension and EAD are pending, which action is generally the most prudent? Option A. Book international travel to avoid delays. Option B. File I-765 separately after the H-1B extension is approved. Option C. File I-765 concurrently with H-1B and H-4 extensions and avoid travel until decisions are made. Option D. Wait until the last month before expiration to file to maximize current validity. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to file the I-765 concurrently with the H-1B and H-4 extensions and avoid travel while applications are pending. This approach can help reduce employment authorization gaps and mitigate the risk of abandonment or denial associated with international travel during adjudication. Next, we will present a markdown-based checklist you can copy and use. Here is a markdown-style planning checklist you can copy into your Notes app or project tracker. It covers document collection, form preparation, concurrent filing strategy, milestone tracking, reminder scheduling, travel cautions, and ongoing career development. With the checklist in hand, let us detail the documents to track in a simple table. This table lists the key documents to track, who typically holds them, and why they matter. Pay close attention to validity dates and receipt numbers, especially for I-94 entries and any approvals that align H-4 and H-1B periods. Next, let us look at the filing interaction in a sequence diagram. This sequence diagram shows the interaction between the H-4 spouse, the H-1B holder, and USCIS. First, the H-1B holder files the I-129 extension. Next, the H-4 spouse files the I-539 and I-765. Ideally concurrently. USCIS then issues biometrics. The H-4 spouse attends, and finally approvals are issued for I-539 and I-765. Employment begins upon EAD approval, not before. With the process visualized, let us highlight the most important takeaways. These are the core takeaways. H-4 status is dependent on H-1B status. H-4 EAD eligibility commonly hinges on an approved I-140. Early and concurrent filings help minimize gaps. International travel during pending applications can jeopardize outcomes. Meanwhile, investing in professional development prepares you to re-enter the workforce immediately when authorized. Now, let us summarize and point you to next steps. In summary, H-4 is a dependency status that has historically constrained employment, leading to significant career gaps. The H-4 EAD provides a pathway to work authorization when certain milestones, such as I-140 approval, are met. Timing is pivotal, so plan early and consider concurrent filings. Diligently maintain status, use caution with travel, and plan any status changes carefully. Finally, use waiting periods to invest in professional growth so you are ready when authorization arrives. As we wrap up, we invite you to engage with the channel. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into immigration topics. We would also love to hear your experiences and questions about H-4 status in the comments, so we can address them in future videos.